Another amazing day here today. It's around 60 degrees out there. Just unbelievable weather. Well, I'm going to finish putting together my carburetors here today. I think I can put them together. I still got to clean the exterior of these. I blew out all the jets and holes, and I'll show you that in a minute. And this is the transmission out of my wash machine. Actually, this is the transmission out of the wash machine I bought. That was what was the matter with that machine? Tub bearing was gone on it, but and it was a slightly different color than mine. It was an almond white and mine's white, so I'm taking the transmission out of that one, put it in mine, because mine transmission in my wash machine, it's a Maytag, top of the line one from 1998, and my wife swears by it and she wants to keep it going. So I'm going to put another transmission in it. Really hard to get the bearing off the bottom here. Oh, you can see where I beat the hell on this to get that off. Really hard to get that off. Yeah, I figure on that transmission on the old one, I had over 7,000 loads of laundry in it. Well over 7,000 in almost 20 years. She does a load a day. Now she does about 5 loads a week with just me and her living here, 4 or 5 a week. With the kids, we're probably doing 10 to 20 a week, so well over 7,000 loads. Okay, so I'm going to put this together. Main thing with these carburetors is there's 2 small little pinholes. Let's see if you can see them. I get a better light here. Let's go outside in the light. That's what we'll do. It's the transition jets. I can't see now. It's too bright. This way. Where are we? Okay, right down there. Get it into the light. Now I can't see the screen, but right where that lip is, in the bottom of the Venturi, there's a little jet hole. One, a smaller one closest to me, and a little bit bigger one on the other side of that jet hole. And that's the smallest one sucks fuel up at idle. Then as the slide goes up, creates more vacuum. It sucks fuel out of the slightly larger one. And then when the slide goes all the way up or halfway up, then it starts sucking fuel out of the main jet, right out of the middle here. But these are, I forget what they call it, transition ports or something like that, or just as the throttle opens up. It's the idle circuit. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to clean the outside of these right now, get them all cleaned up, and then start assembling this back together. I've had these things soaking and cleaning and blowing them out with compressed air and carb cleaner, and just making sure all the orifices are cleaned up. I might take these, I think I'll take these bleeders out. It's a little rusty. Clean them all up. So you can see the little bleeder pin there. It's flared at the end. And this one here, I've just pinched it together with some pliers, and I'm going to drift it through with a punch. I might take the newer style one off of this other carb here and put it in there. I'm not sure. You know what? I kind of like I know the reason why they went this route was so that you didn't get gasoline all over your fingers when you're tickling your carbs. But when you're tickling your carbs and you're pushing the float down so it's flooding the carb, that's how you know it's working. If you get gas on your fingers. If you push this, you're not going to get any gas on your fingers unless you're standing down there looking to see if the gas is leaking out the sides. So that's how I always tell it, especially at nighttime. You put your finger down there, you get a little bleed, you can feel the cold fuel on your finger and smelly gas on your finger, but at least you know it was working. But those ones there, you're going to have to visually look to see if it's leaking gas. Okay, I'm going to punch this out. smaller punch. I'm just going to grind that a little bit rounder so it's easier to push through. There she goes. Just a spring and a split pin. I tried to take the newer style out. I was going to put it over into the, take it out and put it into the other carb and order one of these newer ticklers. But this piece is pressed in there, and I tried getting pliers and turning, and I'm just damaging. I can't get it out. So I ordered 2 new tickler kits, 2 of the newer style. The problem is with taking out the other one. Where's the little piece? Anyways, I took the other one apart, and it's just a split pin pressed into this little piece of steel in the end here. And by the time you grind this end piece down and press it out, you've lost like a couple 1/16 of an inch there, 1/8 of an inch, and it's too short. It needs to push down far enough to push that float down to flood the cylinder. And when I took the other one out and put it back in there, I cleaned it all up. It was only coming down about, get some better light here. It was only coming down about that far. It should come down like that. So I ordered 2 new ones. I got Mr. Trouble in here today. Oh, there he is. What are you doing over there? Making a mess, I know it. Yeah, making a mess. So I ordered 2 of those new bleeders, and they're not going to be in until next week now, so it's delayed another week. I put this one together, cleaned it up, and just put it all together roughly, so everything's intact there, except for the choke assembly. I put it in there. So I'm going to clean this one all up, take the bleeder out of this one, get it all ready, and then I can just put it together next week. Yeah, so in the next video there, Peter's welding up the frame where I had welded it there. I had a couple little pit holes in there, so he's fixing that up. And anyway, we bondoed in a couple of the dents in it. So he gave me some sandpaper. I think it was 120. Hey, don't pee in my garage, you rat. Oh my God. So yeah, I sanded that down with 120, got it all smoothed out for him. And then we ground down the weld that he put on the frame there. Ground that all down. And then he reprimered that whole frame again after I scotch sprayed it all down. And then today or tonight we're supposed to yeah, what are you doing? You didn't crap over there too, did you? He usually does a dump in here. Then we tonight we're supposed to sand the whole frame down with 400 grit. That's what I'm supposed to do tonight, but my wife just took off with the truck to go see her dad. He's not very well, and so I may not make it over there tonight, but we're going to sand down that whole frame with 400 grit paper, and then look for any flaws in it. I know there's a couple little dings and dents in it. We're going to touch them up, body fill them up, sand it down again, touch it with primer, and then paint the whole frame metal flake silver. So my friend Peter, he did all these parts for me a couple years ago, and they've already been primered and sanded down. Like they're just as smooth as glass. Like this isn't rough like rough primer. It's smooth. So these are ready for paint right now. So hopefully by next week I'll have that frame all painted, metal flake silver, and then I can start putting a few things into it, getting the steering head back together, the forks, wheels. I hope anyways. And then I'll finish up the carbs next week too, so maybe I can get out a few more videos. That's it for today. Next video you'll see after this is on the Peter welding up the frame there a little bit better. I'm in his garage there, and his buddy's working on his Volkswagen van, and it's pretty noisy. There we go.